Hello Internet, I'm Keats, and welcome back to Derail Valley. So, big deal today is this is my first time playing with the new build, number 83, which, if it actually does what the developers claim, will significantly eliminate that stuttering problem I was talking about last time. So I'm highly looking forward to checking that out. One second. That was weird. I thought I had forgotten to unmute my mic there for a second, so just had to check on that, make sure we're all good to go. So, besides, just checking out the changes to Build 83, what I'm going to do today is I have decided that I am going to skip the steam engine for now and try and go straight for the DE6 big diesel locomotive. I think that would be more fun. Yeah, at least for me. And then, after we do a couple jobs in that, get used to it, then I'll probably go ahead and pick up the steam locomotive just to play around with. But to the end of getting to the diesel, or the DE6 rather, we have 88,000 already, and I believe the license costs about 200,000. We'll go check that out right now. But I was thinking of spending some of my money here on the hazmat licenses, because I keep reading and hearing about how those open up pretty lucrative jobs even with the DE2. So let's go see what we have for that, and I'll check out my fees later. We may want to, depending on where I'm at, do a couple shunting jobs or something with the DE2 before we service it, clear our fees, and then get some hazmat. But let's take a look and see what we have right now. And I honestly don't remember where I left that locomotive anyway, so we're gonna have to run around and find it. So not stats, we want licenses. There we go. So yeah, 200,000 for the DE6. That's not too bad. Don't think I want concurrent jobs 2 yet anyway. I think it'd be better to get hazmat. At least hazmat 1. Yeah, wow, hazmat is quite pricey past the first one. So I think today my goal will be to do a few jobs before clearing the fees, and then pick up the hazmat 1 license and see if there's any other jobs for that to do. So in that regard, let's see what our fees look like. Huh, what did I do to those cars? Oh, cancel, I want the details. Huh, apparently I damaged some cargo somehow. Ouch. Alright, well, that'll be something to deal with later. And then, of course, this is our locomotive. Yep, just regular maintenance. And then I will do all this servicing at the... No, I do not want that. At the service station. So let's go ahead and take a look and see what types of jobs are even around today. So hazmat 2, we definitely wouldn't even have any of that. Let's pull out all the shunting to start with. We do a long 1, a long 2. Either of those are viable. 3 pickups. And a long 1. So I think I still keep forgetting, oops, exactly the best way to go about this. The hazmat 3, hazmat 2, and we might end with a freight haul depending on how I'm feeling by the end of this. And here's even one that's a hazmat 1 that we could do up to the food factory if we do pick that up. And 30,000, that would, considering we get the time bonus, would pay for the license, you know, just right off a hazmat 2. A lot of hazmat 2s from around here. But I can see there, I mean, look, we're still significantly underweight for what we could pull, and that is a big payout for a smallish and light train. So I think that would be a decent route to take. But let's look at the shunting, and I keep forgetting, I think it makes sense to do the loading jobs first. So we would want to do the jobs that have pickups, because then those would go out to the outbound rails, and then all these drop-offs could then go into the sidings. Whereas if we do these first, we may be blocking up the tracks that I would need to be, no, because those will be on inbounds. Oh, this is a drop-off, that's why. Oh, these are all drop-offs. I don't know, here's a pickup. Okay. That's where I was getting confused. Yes, I want to do the pickup first. That is 3 pickups. And is this all containers and car containers, car containers. This one is a bit heavy, but could probably do it just in the yard here. But let's go ahead and start with this not very expensive, but simple shunting job before we start doing our drop-off jobs. And then I probably will do this one next, even though it's going to be a lot of work, and I may not get the time bonus with 3 drop-offs. Yeah, but 20,000 would be good. Easily enough to pay the fees. All right, let's go see if we can find... This is just going to be flat cars, so I'm guessing the best way to go about this for me is going to be to just take the job and do it on the fly. But I need to find our loco. Or did it reset because of the update? Actually, let's look at the map and see if we can see it on here anywhere. Oh, I think this is it. Over there. We left it up in the other yard. This way. Yep, there it is. Great. And just make sure I unhooked that. And we'll look at the harbor map real quick, because I think this one does not have a lot of sidings. This is E. Yes, this is all inbound and outbound track. So D and G are probably going to be where our cars are. There it is. But I won't know until I take the job, just because I'm not really in the mood to hunt around the station forever. So now that we know where our locomotive is, at least, I'm just going to go ahead and take this job, not worry about the time bonus today. It has been a bit since I played last, so we'll take it easy. Oh, do I have too much debt? Okay, well, that changes my plan significantly then, so... Where'd my shunting job go? Did I put it away? I did. Okay, good. Alright, so that means I'm just going to go ahead and pay off all the fees and go ahead and get that hazmat license now. Which means running over to the... Yep, to the service bay. There. Looks good. Yeah, that's really too bad. We did not use much fuel, but it just means it won't cost a whole lot to refuel right now. And I should have been checking the track ahead. Thankfully, didn't get turned off. And I see some flat cars down the C, I believe that's C yard. We may have to pick up from there. Hopefully should have plenty of money left over to buy that hazmat license. I don't think it'll cost nearly $40,000 to service our loco and pay fees, so I'm not going to get any value out of my copay this time. But I guess I am sort of past that phase of the game now, where the copay will really only help me in like disaster situations. Stopping on the turntable, I'm going all the way to the service stop, station, kiosk, whatever. Oh, hopefully I'm still in range there. Yep, looks good. Okay. Alright, let's refuel and repair. Refuel, sand we didn't use, oil this is gonna kill. Actually, that wasn't bad at all. Right. Makes sense. Okay, we don't need water. We don't need coal. Body is at 100. Wheels, looks like we damaged a little. And the engine, just normal wear and tear stuff, I guess. Alright, that should get us up to 100%. See how much that costs. 3,400, not bad. Okay, and I'm gonna go buy my new, there's what we're shooting for. So pretty. Man, look at that thing. That's the goal. Alright, I'm gonna run back over to the office and pay the rest of my fees, which is the damage to those cars I did last time somehow. And whatever emissions. Yep, so we can see I only have $588 to pay on the locomotive for our emissions. So I'm going to confirm that. Pay that, and then I'm also going to pay this fee here. There we go. We can do new licenses. Cancel. And since we have everything paid off, pick up Hazmat 1. Nice, and we'll still have 40,000 left over. Not bad at all, and I will definitely end with hauling this hazmat job to the food factory. Oops. Must have got too far away. I didn't know it did that. Or just too long. That's what happens when I get distracted easily. Hazmat 1. Let's go ahead and make sure to get it all the way this time. Confirm. There we go. And of course that increases our copay by almost 40,000 as well. So now, and decreases our time bonus. So now I am definitely rethinking this low-paying shunting job in favor of something with a little bit higher pay before hauling. So I'm thinking, I know it's 3 drop-offs and it's going to take a while, but for 20 grand, I think as long as we can pull it to the loading bay, and this one I can get set up ready to haul, and it'll just be the drop-offs that'll be annoying. So let's go find that train real quick. It's going to be in one of these sidings. I think this might be it right here. Go check that out. HBSU 64, that's the one. So, easy enough. Let's just get our track set up while we're here. We need that to go that way. That to go that way. That to go that way. Last we came out of the loading dock, so that to go that way. And finally, now we're set. Head back to the roundhouse here. Soon. Still no steam engine spawned here. With my luck, right after I pick up the license, a bunch of steam engines will spawn and no DE6s. wonder when they're going to add those. I mean, obviously we don't need them yet, so break off would be good. Gonna say I wish you could pin things to this board, but I've never tried. Yeah, of course it's not interactive. That would be fun if you could, you know, pin your jobs to that bulletin board back there. All right, what am I doing? Wasting time. Okay, well, I just saw the loading area tag, and it did not stutter. So, wow, so far so good. And that was just the one thing that I complained about last time. You know, more saying that it would be, in my opinion, the #1 thing to fix. Little did I know that's exactly what they were doing. So, thanks, Old Future. I really appreciate that. And after we get hooked up, or before we hook up, I will remember to sync up the remote control. This is a really heavy job, but the harbor should be flat enough that we can get this going. Wow, I've never done that better. Okay, let's go ahead and hop on the remote so that we have it. Go ahead and hook up to this. Let these brakes start pressurizing while I zip back over to the office and validate our job. So I know the first thing is going to be unloading at D7L. And for this, we can go ahead and get moving. Alright, it's moving. We're going. Let's give it, not two more, just one more notch of throttle. Here we go. We'll go with 15. Pretend that we're waiting to cross here. Man, I'd love to see gates and light or lights. It's a long train. I can walk across the cars. I'm sure this would be frowned upon. Uh-oh. Sure, my boots aren't exactly clean. Brake on a little bit. That should stop us just fine. Yep. No trouble. Reverse. We're going to have to kick in quite a bit of reverse. I can actually hop down. You know, now I'm thinking it seems like the sounds are a little bit muffled if you're standing line side here as opposed to riding. See, the sounds I think are still, yeah, very nice up here. Very quiet down here now. I wonder if it was always like that and I just didn't notice, or... Yep. Thank you. Wheel slip warning. But that's probably good there. Yeah, it's getting louder now. I guess it was just going really slow. And let's hop in the locomotive. This will be much easier. Pulling out of the loading track will be much lighter. And what I do. set our independent brake and remove the train brake so we don't have to wait. This is a long loading track. In range, excellent. Okay, now let's figure out what to do next. C1S, and let's see. 300, yes, okay, so that's going to be our first drop off. That's interesting, that's at the tanker. The liquid loading track. Much easier to pull this without all that weight. Much easier. Yeah, time bonus is going to be sketchy on this one. I think there it looks like our loaded tankers for the food factory, which we'll be doing next. Alright, that's good. And while I'm waiting, I will look at C. I know how to get there. C1S will be to the left. Makes sense. Very nice. Just saw it load again without stuttering at all. The true test will be a hauling job. How many cars do I have to cram on this track? 6. Okay. I think when we were running by earlier, I saw some flat cars already parked over here, which means we're going to have to push some things out of the way. That's all right. Excellent. This game truly does just keep getting better and better. And now that it seems like they have most of the major technological issues sorted, I'd love to start seeing some content additions. Yeah. Oh yeah, we're gonna have to push these all back. Wow. Make it. No. This must be on an incline. Interesting. You know, I think this is that bug again. This was what was happening on that western section of track. I'm just gonna have to try and get it. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Come on! Man. Okay, train brake all the way on, throttle off. Wow. Alright, I hope that stays. Alright. In fact, I'm actually going to hook all the way. I was just going to do the brake line trick, but with this thing bouncing back and forth, I think I'm going to have to actually hook up to it fully. And we're going to have to run the whole line here, see what we need to couple. Wow. This does not seem like there's enough room on here. But it doesn't matter if I push these back end ones off the back, as long as mine get on, then it'll count. Good. Wow, this is a long set, all connected. Okay, interesting. Let's do it. Oh, independent brake on, please. Okay, what's the last car that needs to be on? It is 517. There it is. All right. I'm gonna ride this one. That should do. Oops. That was crazy. Okay, 517 is the last one. Unhook That. Close. Open. Now close. Alright. C1S D5 D2. Okay, so the next set is these three, 340 to 395 in D5. So forward. Okay. This should be a bit easier. Now, of course, I could have pulled forward, but I definitely want to back in here so that I'm facing the right direction when we pick up our next job. Oops. Missed it. There's definitely something going on with the sound in this build. D5. Okay. Interesting. Back to the loading yard. See, I was honestly expecting it to go somewhere in G. And then left next. Okay, so I need to go right and right. All right. mostly pointed up for the other way too. Right, that'll do that. This has to be. Yep, that's an outbound track. This has to be our tankers for our next job, which is great. That means we're right here. I'm not even gonna unhook. Let's just run for it. Awesome. Did we make it? Oh yeah, easily. Okay. Didn't even have to rush as much as I did. I'll take that. Here. Nice. Look, one job, we're almost back up to where we were. You're welcome. Alright, I'm going to find that. It looks like it spawned a logistical hall. Yeah. Get these 3 cars to the machine factory. All these empty cars to City Southwest that we just blocked in. Yep. And oh, and then the one we just dropped off going to machine. So we could string some logistical halls to the machine factory. In addition to this, that's too heavy. I'm not doing that. Yep, we're just going to do this one to the food factory. Unless there's also a logistical haul going there. No. And shunting, this would create a train with empty cars going to the food factory, but I don't really feel like doing 3 pickups right now. This is the one. Alright. I'm going to go hook up to it first, though. Just to make sure. And that has to be it. It's the only tanker cars ready to go. And the harbor's so huge. So what do we have? Flammable. What are they? Diesel. HBFH 37. We are ready to go. Well, we will be once we hook up to that. Oh, and I did not unhook because I was in a hurry. Come on, stand up. There we go. fuel, plenty. Barely used any. Getting the brakes today. Of course, the food factory is quite a ways away. I haven't looked at the map yet to see what our best route's going to be. Let's see. We definitely don't want to slam into these tankers full of diesel. So let's just take it nice and slow. Go. We're going to validate this job. Actually, let's look at what route we want to go first. So food factory is all the way up here. Does it make sense to go this way? No, I don't think so. I think it makes the most sense to just do the normal route through the steel mill. I don't know, maybe. It's this loop here that throws me. And I mean, I could still go. Oh no, that's not a Y. Alright, I think we're just going to go through the steel mill, take our normal route. I mean, this way definitely doesn't make any sense. So, yep. I think that's the plan. 53 minutes, so that's still not a lot of time to get all the way to the food factory. But hopefully we can make it. I mean, I know it's definitely doable, barring any major disasters or stupid screw-ups on my part. Back way off so I can get my map out without smacking any of the levers. First hazmat job. Which way we came from last time, I imagine all of these junctions are pretty well set up to go back to the steel mill. I remember coming from up here. It's been a while though, so, and for anybody who may be watching and was wondering where I was last week, I do apologize. Just, things came up like they do. That had to be taken care of, so. And this week, I will not be here on Friday, so I will only be doing my Monday and Tuesday, Wednesday streams. Supposed to just lay it flat, maybe that works better. Yeah, it doesn't jitter around as much, but it's easier to read up propped up like this. Across the map. Hopefully we'll have enough fuel. I do know there's a big climb here and a big climb here that we're going to have to make it past. Still not have too much trouble with these full tankers. We're still way under our weight limit, so I'm not expecting too much problems. Just have to keep an eye on the heat, as always. Straight into C, which is where it wants to go. Yep. Great. Really don't want to use all the sand getting out of the harbor. And we've got a 40 limit anyway, and as I suspected, we're already set up to go the correct direction. assuming dropping back down around that other curve. Man, what a scary bit of track this is, though. You're just literally hanging off the edge of this cliff. In fact, that's it. We need to watch our heat. I don't want to go any faster than this anyway. And I know there's another climb coming. Back and lean over the rail. Oh wow. Okay, yeah, we're losing all our speed here. Able to drop some heat though, thankfully. Let's see. Nope. The great visibility in this cab, though. It's very spacious, huge windows. I know the DE6 will be much more limited in its view. I think it has a big, like, control stack right here, where all the levers are. May cause a problem. I'll have to reconsider. This is my chat window is right here in VR, but I think it'll be blocked by the controls in the DE6 unless I want to keep stepping back to look at my chat. I may have to, which might get annoying for those watching. I'll have to figure somewhere else to put it that's out of the way of, you know, normal forward looking, but easy enough to glance over and check periodically. Oh, we're still going uphill. And this one may be... No, we're still good going to the left. See, that looks like something you'd want to go pretty slow through here. Or just not want to go 80 through this bend, I don't think. Yeah, look at how crazy the cars get. to head downhill here pretty soon. Just other game news. I haven't really kept up with the forums in the last week or so, but I did see Alt Future announced a skin contest for the Steam engine, which is really cool. I can't wait to see what people come up with for that. You know, I like the way the Steam engine looks now, but I get that it is kind of plain. And I think people will come up with some really pretty and really interesting livery ideas for the Steam engine, so definitely looking forward to seeing the submissions for that and seeing what Alt Future decides to go with. I mean, obviously the best solution would be to pick several and have a way in the game to select which ones you want to use. I know that you can mod different liveries in, but I'm always a proponent of, you know, the more features that are natively in the game, the happier I am. It's just smoother that way, especially during early access. But you know, once this thing releases its 1.0 version, whenever that'll be, you know, then I will start dabbling in mods to kind of fill in whatever gaps I think, and, you know, see what people come up with. Junction, yeah, 50 here. So let's slow down to about 45. That was too much. We're going to go down to 40. Crazy train brake. Game here for me is fuel consumption. We should be good to go, but the entire last third of the trip, or quarter of the trip, is an uphill climb, so have to watch out for that. Silos. Get the oil well. And we're almost to the steel mill already. We'll pick up some speed coming down this hill, but we'll have to slow down to roll through the steel mill at about 30. I do know those are for the branch lines. I don't know what the speed limit on the main line is. I still slow down to 30. Just it makes sense to go slow through a yard. And there's several junctions to go over. Don't want to pop any tankers off the rails and explode. So. So a little bit of stuttering to that during that load, but not much. It's definitely vastly improved over previously. Vastly improved. Oh yeah, let's slow down here. Junction looks properly set. I imagine eventually the developers, will go through and just sort of manually clean up the signage. But, it's not, you can understand that not being a priority. Yeah, see, we need to go 30. Getting away. And we are set. Okay. Slowed down a little too much. reflexively blink when like those tree branches came right through my eye level, even though of course I know that nothing's gonna hit me in the face. It's just a crazy reflex. Just tells you how immersive VR really is. We should still be set back here. And let's start picking up a little bit of speed again. Burning a bunch of gas to get up to speed just to have to put the brakes on. Should be good here. This is a nice, mostly straight, mostly flat section. This will be the fun part, to see how much up to speed I can get on the DE6 before having to slam on the brakes or the steel mill or this curve over the river. Also for tomorrow, instead of playing either the truck simulators, which was originally what I was going to do, I think I'm going to switch over to Elite Dangerous, which I have been playing off and on since the original beta or alpha, I don't remember, a long time ago. I missed the Kickstarter, but got in on the, I'm pretty sure it was still in alpha when I started playing. I'll always regret that I missed the Kickstarter for it, but I just wasn't paying attention for whatever reason. Anyway, I've been playing that off and on, haven't actually played in about over a year. And kind of made the mistake of playing that in VR over the weekend, and it just sucked me right back in. Probably, it's definitely up there on my list of top immersive VR experiences, even though it wasn't originally designed with VR in mind. It fits the game perfectly. So I'm probably going to play that, just because I know I can get that one to work in VR. And no one seemed to care when I was playing Truck Simulator, which is fine. I'll just play that on my own. But hopefully somebody's interested in watching me play Elite. And just a warning though, like everything I play Elite very, very casually. I said I've been playing since before the game came out. I have never reset my character's account, and I don't know off the top of my head how much, like money I have in the game, but I have never even come close to being able to buy like an Anaconda or something like that. So I play casually. I fly mostly missions. I essentially play Euro Truck in space with it, where I just pick up courier missions and small deliveries and things of that nature, just because I really enjoy playing the game that way. Don't do much combat, but sometimes I'll go do a little bit of bounty hunting just for a change of pace. And I never really been into exploration just because it seemed a little bit boring. I really like taking off and landing in the game. And exploration, you're just sort of out in space for a long time. But with the addition of like the more in-depth scanning systems, which I haven't really played around with yet, I figured at some point I'm going to work my way up to outfitting and engineering, which is another thing I haven't done, an exploration ship, and head out towards Colonia, because I haven't been there yet either. Oop. Okay, just checking. Almost missed that. Definitely don't want to go to the goods factory. I think I'm headed to the food factory, right? Yes, okay. And we'll have to make sure not to be going to the oil well either. Anyway, that's my plan for tomorrow. So anybody who's interested in seeing some casual play of Elite Dangerous and the trusty Cobra Mark III, most likely, my favorite ship in the game still, check the junction. Can tune in at 2 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. Okay, it was going under 50, which is what the speed limit was, so. Okay, I'll stop talking about other games for now. Looks like we should have plenty of fuel here. And I'm hoping our inbound track is... I'm hoping our inbound track is unoccupied so that we can pull straight through, or just straight into it instead of having to pull all the way through it and then back in, but we'll figure it out as needed. Uphill, still losing speed. No wheel slip though. Take that. go up because we went up to the coal mine before. Okay. 30. We're good. We're getting there. Back off a little. Okay. Looks alright. Okay. Pretty sure I saw the speed limit go up, but yeah, but here's a 60. Okay. There's definitely a lot of jittering going on around that corner. Didn't want to push my luck. And we have plenty of fuel. That's good. On, catch that. Okay. You can see the food factory around the bend here. For some reason I remember this always being an uphill climb into the food factory, but it's not. It's a downhill into the food factory. I think it's okay. Let's pull up the food factory. We need to go into C, 4I. So C is basically straight ahead. It's 70 here, but no, it's going to slow down. Yep, there's 50. Switch coming up, we want to go left. Yes, there we go. I think. Yeah, perfect. And let's find out. 4I is the first on the left. So left, and then right. Good. Looks unoccupied. Then left. And juggling controls here. And then right. That should put us right in there. Simple enough. do it. Turn that off. Let's go turn this job in and hopefully get the time bonus. That would make this very nice. Awesome. That is going to be a massive payout. 46,000. And we are on our way to the DE6. So, that's going to do it for me for today. Hope everybody enjoyed watching, anybody who did. And until next time, I'm Keats, and I'll see you again soon.